Hiya, and welcome back to Psychic Connections, the game that teaches us that... Mom said it's my turn with the Elliot. She said it's my turn. Anyways, let's just hop right in. My saves are so fucked up. Fuck. I'd returned to my room for a few hours, and I spent them just thinking about everything that's happened. Time seemed to fly by because I ended up having to rush to make it on time to my psychology class. It depends on the coffee, for me. It depends on the coffee. Though I wouldn't have missed much like my English course the other day. Seems it's just the instructor explaining how they run the class. I didn't know anybody in the class, and nobody seemed particularly interested in talking to me either. If anything, most of them look pretty brain dead. Oh shit. Not that I'm any different, though. Maybe it's because my mind keeps being drawn elsewhere. Wonder if the instructor will ever talk about the psychological instincts some students have to tune out their professors. Funny story about that. My first semester of college... Hang on, let me... Put on a hoodie. Fucking cold. My first semester of college... I was in a psychology class because it was fucking required. I barely fucking passed that class because it was so fucking dull. All the coursework was online. All the coursework was online. Like, you could just not show up to class and get an A. I didn't fucking pay attention. None of the people that I sat next to fucking paid attention. No one paid attention. It was so fucking dull. I don't know where I was going with that. But psychology class is fucking boring. I can definitely understand why Quinn wants to skip the first day of class. All I want to do is pack up and go. I can't stop thinking about how everything seems different now. I know nothing has actually changed, but I can't look at people the same way. How do I know that none of the other students in this class are psychic? Though for that matter, how do I know the other students here aren't aliens or androids from the future? I think I'm starting to become a conspiracy nut job. Yes. Zoe texted me during the class and gave me Elliot's, Jude's, and Quinn's phone numbers. I guess that I'm able to contact anyone in the club. Beyond that, the class passed by uneventfully. Hopefully I'm able to enjoy it more when I have less on my mind. Aww. The other students filed out of the classroom relatively quickly, but I lagged behind. I feel like I didn't do much today, yet at the same time, I know my brain is positively fried. With nothing else planned for today, it only makes sense that I head back to my room and get some much-needed rest. Ah, home sweet home. No place... Fuck! Feel a sharp pain pass through me as I stub my toe against the ladder of the bunk bed. Not sure how I pulled that one off, but I suppose I've had ditzier moments. Damn, that hurt! I slowly crawl up to the top bunk and pull myself beneath my warm blankets. I can't believe psychics are real. It makes me feel almost normal despite the whole coma thing. Though I guess I'm a psychic too, according to Zoe. Wonder what it is that I'm supposed to be able to do. She said that if I hadn't noticed, it was probably something smaller. I guess if I really am psychic, I'll probably know when it happens. Pulling out my phone, I'm surprised to see that Zoe added me to a group chat. I swear, sometimes her timing with my thoughts makes me almost wonder if she can actually tell whenever I think about this stuff. Hey Mason, thought I'd add you to the group chat. Welcome, Mason. Do try to avoid using this channel later in the evening since some of us need a rest. Hi! Oh, whoa. Hey everyone. So, yeah, this is where we make a lot of our plans for meetings or other just... Hopefully we have a scene off yet. God damn it. God damn it, Elliot. I'm not even gonna bother try reading this. I know. I am still in a group chat with some high school friends. Like some friends that I went to high school with, I'm still in a group chat with them. And it's so fucking wild. Talk to you all later. I flop my phone back down. I'd consider sleeping, but somehow that brief conversation has gotten my brain turning once more. I've got a few more hours until I really need to get to sleep. Maybe I should text someone. Zoe's doing something, so I probably shouldn't disturb her. Guess I could try one of the guys. Oh, god damn it. Is this where the fucking... Is this where the routes diverge? Where do the routes diverge? No, probably not, because it says forget texting and sleep. Anyone who knows? Because, like, this is information that I need to know. Elliot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm relying on you right now. I decide texting Elliot is probably a safe option. He's probably finished working at this point. Hey, Elliot. Good evening, Mason. And they camp. Yeah, I think you have your caps on again. What? Oh, I did. Haha, whoops. When they go camping. I got a smartphone recently, so I'm still getting used to it. How are you doing? I like how he just does that. I'm good, a bit bored. Thought I'd see what you're up to. Yeah, well, I'm currently soaking in a nice hot bath. I still can't get over that little icon. It's so fucking cute. It's so adorable. I wonder if this is something he's actually doing or just something he wants me to think he's doing. Either way, I don't think I want to press the issue. I know, right? Aww. Let me fix it. Let me fix your mood, baby girl. That's why I just I'm not bothering reading it. You're what? You're what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. After you get your what on? Get my squirt on? I don't want to assume anything of Elliot here, and I really want to believe he wouldn't just tell me if he was doing that. Sure, he's a little forward, but this would be another extreme.
Can we just not simp over Elliot? For like the rest of the stream? That would be so great. Thank you all for understanding.
I'll try not to. I stare at my phone for at least 10 minutes before Elliot resumes texting. Okay, I'm back. Did you finish getting your squirt on? Do I even... How does autocorrect... What? Oh, I've been fucked over by autocorrect. Given his issues with the caps lock, I'm not even sure he'd be able to find the settings to turn off autocorrect. Lol. Autocorrect is truly a master of tomfoolery. It is. Well, that was definitely a fun conversation. It's sort of cute how badly Elliot seems to handle technology. He probably has the font size of his phone set to max. Like, you just look at it and you're just like, what the fuck? There's a single letter on this screen. Then you swipe down and it's the next letter and it spells out fucking iPhone or some shit. No, he wouldn't. No. He's Elliot. He's bad with technology. He probably uses a Dollar General Android. Just a single A on the screen. He probably uses a fucking Dollar General Android or some shit. Though, someone should really help him catch up to the times. Smartphones aren't exactly new technology anymore. I mean, they started back in 2007, so... Plus, he's barely in his 30s, right? So, why is he having trouble like the average grandparent does with a touchscreen? Maybe he's a recovering Luddite? Either way, I probably shouldn't overthink it. Oh, hiya. Really, though, I should probably go to sleep as well. There will be time to catch up with the others later. I set my phone down and adjust myself into a more comfortable position. I let my eyes naturally fall. What? My eyelids begin feeling heavier. Until eventually... It seems to become more aware of it now. I imagine it won't be long now. Hello? Day 3. September 2nd, 2020. Oh god, why is my alarm going off? Right, I have a morning class today. Can I even call it that if the sun isn't up? Yesterday had been so mentally exhausting with the big revelation that was dropped on my lap. Looking at the messages on my phone, I know for a fact it wasn't a dream. Waking up this early every Wednesday is not going to be good for my mental health. I can actually hear my head pounding a bit. Hopefully this headache passes when I wake up more. Wonder if it's not too late to switch out of the class. I'm already up now, so I should at least go this one time. The campus is eerily quiet right now, like a scene from a horror movie. Feels almost like I'm being watched, even though I know that's not the case. I keep turning my head as if expecting to see one of those cultists from the club fair following me in a white van. What? However, all I spot are half-awake students trudging sluggishly to various buildings. It's nice to see that being up this early isn't just killing me. Walking up to the building where my class is being held, I'm stopped dead at the door, which is not opening. Am I at the wrong spot? I check my phone again to verify that my class is indeed in this building. This can't be right. It says my economics class is at 6 o'clock. On Thursday. Did I really set my alarm for the wrong day? According to my schedule, I have an intro to astronomy class in 4 hours. I feel the weight of regret and pain washing over me. So much sleep was lost, and at what cost? What can I even do right now? The cafe won't be open for a few more hours. I could head back to my room and try to get more sleep, but I've already gotten up. It's not like it would be quality sleep. Okay, do we want to walk around campus or go back to the dorms? Destroy the white... Thinking about it, I don't think I've really explored the campus much outside of orientation. It doesn't hurt to check some places out. I'm sure there is something open this early in the morning. Walking around campus, I try recalling the various locations I'd heard about from orientation. The library was easy to find, as was the gym. Unlike the library, however, the gym had a poorly labeled entrance. I'd also managed to find the dining hall tucked away near one of the science buildings. Passing by it was a strange experience. The scent wafting from the facility was not what I expected, but it smelled warm breakfast foods. Instead, the air was permeating with the stench of seafood and some sort of fruit component. That doesn't sound very godly. My curiosity was somewhat piqued, but I wasn't really hungry yet. Something with the fishy banana smell wasn't really helping either. I ended up settling on the grass near the club fair. The tables were all set up, and the recruiters were passionately preaching to passersby. Wonder how they can get up early in the morning, put all this together, and still have the energy to try and get others to join them. I feel like I'm running on fumes now. The sky looks so blue today. The sun feels warm beating down on me like this. It won't be long before nice days like these are replaced with colder ones like yesterday. I feel like I could just drift away like this, let all my cares go. It's no wonder I have a headache. I have too much going on. Psychics, school, romance, and money. It'd be so easy if I just didn't have to think about it. I guess the whole thing can't be that crazy. Though if psychics are real, what else is real? Aliens? Space is pretty big, and there are plenty of theories about ancient civilizations being influenced by otherworldly influences. Ghosts? Speaking of the dead is supposedly a thing psychics can do, right? The grass here feels nice. Hey. His voice sounds so familiar. I'm probably mistaken, though. I'm sure whoever it is isn't really talking to me. Do you really think the grass is the best place to be taking a nap? Oh, hi! Hi, Amethyst, it's your boy. It's your boy. Let me just move this to the top of the fridge. It's Mr. Woof Woof. It's Mr. Woof Woof Bark Bark. That's his new name, Mr. Woof Woof Bark Bark. I opened my eyes to the sight of Aiden standing over me. He looks extra radiant this morning, though that might just be the sun shining behind him. He has a calming smile on his face, but his eyes flash with something else. Concern? Or perhaps disapproval? Maybe if he had his empathetic abilities, I'd have a better idea of what he is thinking when he looks down on me. Oh, it's a pretty comfortable place to sleep, if you ask me. Sure. I suppose if you're fine with dirtying your clothes and smelling like something off the ground. I am totally fine with dirty clothes and smelling like dirt. You say that like it's a bad thing. Clearly, little mister has never eaten dirt before. But it's not too late to try. Can someone help me get a ball of dirt and just shove it down his throat? Oh god, that sounds so bad. Sounds horrible. We're so disappointed in you, Mr. Woof Woof Bark Bark. And you say we're not allowed to simp over Elliot. I'm just kidding. What are you doing here anyway? I'm the student government president. I make it a point to appear at the fair at least once a day. Let me adjust myself so that way I'm more comfortable. Right, that makes sense. I guess I just didn't think you'd get here this early. What do you mean early? Setup started an hour ago. Add some flavoring to dirt. Besides, there are only so many hours in the day. I have to be here in the initial hours if I intend to make my other appointments. Do you ever find time for yourself? Certainly, I make it a point to find an hour for leisurely reading every evening. Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh my god. Granted, I can't say much, but still. What about all the time you spend with Zoe and the others? I don't necessarily consider that time for myself. It's true that on occasion I do find their distraction enjoyable. However, I'm in attendance mostly as a favor to Zoe. Didn't Jude say that part of those meetings was to help you all cope with everything? While I cannot speak for everyone, I find that my methods of dealing are more than adequate. I'm familiar with my limits, and am in no way allowing myself to be hindered by my unique disposition. So, between school and your big company job and club meetings, you only have an hour to do what you want. That wouldn't be totally accurate. You make it sound as if I'm a slave to my obligations. I mean, I'm definitely thinking that. I don't know how he can live like that. You know I can feel your doubt, right? It's fine if you don't understand. Very few people do. I chose my obligations, and at any point I could choose to drop them. But I don't because they are means to the ends that I desire. I guess, but don't you worry you're missing out on life? You never know what the future might hold. Well, I guess Quinn might actually, but life has very few guarantees. I don't think I'd want to give up any more time that I could spend living life to the fullest. What do you mean more time? Aiden, do you mind coming and taking a look at this? A slender peacock interrupts the wolf's sentence. The bird waves Aiden over, carrying what looks like a large paper banner. Whatever Aiden was about to ask was going to have to wait. Duty calls. Sorry, I have to go take care of this. We'll have to continue this another time. Aiden looks me over once more, as if thinking about what I just said before moving away to help the bird. I watch him slowly disappear into the gradually increasing crowd as more people pull onto the main campus area. Fuck. I can't say I particularly envy him. By choice or not, I don't think I could do what he does. I consider laying back down in the inviting grass, but it's probably a better idea to go back to my room and keep my phone charged. As I got to my door, I found my eyes drawn towards an unfamiliar face exiting the room next to mine. Hi there, cutie. Well, hello there. Oh, hey, you must be my neighbor. Oh, no, sorry, I was just paying him a visit. I can see that the large hyena is slightly sweating. I guess he and his friend must have done some sort of morning workout. He certainly fits the jock type. Name's Dan, though. You look kind of familiar. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Mason, and I was thinking the same thing. Do we have a class together? That's what it was. I think I saw you in calc. Anyway, it was nice meeting you, Mason, but I gotta go hit the showers. I watched Dan as he walks away. Seems quite worn out by whatever he was doing. Some people take the whole workout thing too seriously, I guess. I don't think I can start my mornings that way. And they were roommates. Back in my room, everything looks just as I left it this morning. I really need to sit down and find time to really settle in and unpack what few belongings I have. My thoughts are cut short by the interjection of my phone. It looks like the others are all awake. Oh yay, the group chat. The Concord. I love all their little cutie. I love all the little cuties. The little cuties. So fucking cute. I guess that makes sense. He's probably taking a ton of business and finance type classes. Still, it's a bit surprising that they knew and didn't tell me. I guess they didn't want to make me uncomfortable. Okay, what's Elliot saying? Speaking of Quinn, I wonder where he is right now. Probably in class, though I can't imagine that would keep him from texting. Haven't heard from him this morning. Might still be asleep. Bang his door down. I sincerely hope not, but it seems likely. Chances are he stayed up late again on another one of his binges. What are you up to today, Jude? Visiting mom. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something sweet about a guy in his mid-20s still finding time for his mom. I haven't even been able to get a hold of mine, but I know I'd see her if I could. Aww. Okay. I will in the Discord server, though. You can't stop me. I'll simp in the Discord server. Not here, though. Moving over to my bed, I plug my phone into charge for a few minutes before I head back out to class. I am a bit curious if Quinn is actually still asleep, but I don't even know which room is his, so it's not like I can check up on him. I wonder what kind of premonition told him we were all sharing a class. Did they only sign up for the class because Twin... Fuck! I said twin! Instead of Quinn! Shit! Because Quinn told them that they had done so in the future. I might be jumping to conclusions, but even so, that would be a bit concerning if they relied on Quinn to make major decisions like that. I'm probably reading too much into this, though. Feels like my brain is going to turn inside out the more I try to understand half of their social dynamics while factoring in psychic abilities. At least I can think about the idea of it all without having some sort of meltdown. Twin, where have you been? I can't imagine how freaked out they must have been yesterday when I just stormed off into the bathroom. That definitely wasn't my best moment. I don't think I've ever felt that overwhelmed before. Well, that's not true. I freaked out pretty badly when I woke up after the accident. Feels like every time I find myself in a new setting, I find myself shocked by some huge shift in my life. Maybe I'm just bad at adapting to new information. I remember it took me longer than it should have to even comprehend that my parents had gotten divorced after my accident. Speaking of, my dad still hasn't texted me either. I guess I should assume I'm on my own when it comes to money. Whatever, I'll just think about what to do about that after class. Maybe Zoe or Aiden have some ideas of what I could do. Getting to my classroom proved to be easier than I'd expected. Maybe it was because I'd gotten lost so many times that I'd gotten used to running behind. Finding the science building while exploring the campus this morning definitely made it a lot easier to find. Walking in, I can see Zoe and Aiden sitting in the front row. I'm not exactly the type to do that, so I moved to grab a seat in the back. Mason! What are you doing, silly? We've got a seat open up here. Well, that's just perfect. Be right there. How exactly does this whole psychic radar of hers work anyway? I just walk into a room and she knows exactly where I am. She's got the seismic sense. She's Toph. She's Toph Beifong. I wonder how far away I'd need to be for her to no longer be able to sense me. Was wondering when he'd show up. The class is going to be starting soon. Doubtful. This professor has a reputation for being late. I suspect we have several minutes yet before we begin the lecture. It's good to see you made it, Mason. I was worried you might have dozed off on a mound of dirt somewhere. What? Aiden! That's so rude! It's fine, Zoe. He's just joking about something earlier. You had to be there. You guys have an inside joke? No way! You can't do this to me! Tell me what happened! Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Small paper jam with the printers. This is Intro to Astronomy. You may call me Mr. Branson. The instructor drops a stack of papers in front of Aiden and motions for him to take one and pass it on. Moving around the room is your copy of the syllabus as well as instructions for the class project. Class project? Yes, class project! And please save your questions until the end. We've got a lot to get through! Zoe grumbles as she sits back in her seat. We all then resign ourselves to another orientation. Most of what Mr. Branson says is standard for a course introduction. Yet another series of guidelines that sound similar to every instructor's expectations for their class. Looking over, I can see Zoe has begun doodling stars over her syllabus, while Aiden is taking notes in a small black notebook. Now, the project that I mentioned! You will all be writing a research paper on a constellation of your choosing. You'll be expected to provide both scientific and cultural background. The rubric is on the back of your syllabuses. Syllabi? Anyway, are there any questions? Aiden doesn't even wait to be called on, he simply raises his hand and begins speaking. Are we meant to pick different constellations? What about group cooperation? Is there a curve we need to be aware of? The teacher looks astounded as Aiden continues to bombard him with questions. Aiden! Please! Shut the hell up! I understand wanting to be informed, but it's just the first day and the wolf is just relentlessly assaulting the instructor with inquiries. The rest of the class period is spent answering student questions and concerns. Well, that was something. Definitely not a fan of having to put a whole research paper together on constellations, but at least we have all semester to get it done. I agree. I figure if I get one part done every week, it should be perfect at the end of the semester. I disagree. Zoe and I stop moving and turn to Aiden. Rather than work on something all semester, why not simply dedicate our weekend to the assignment? We know of all the requirements thanks to a provided rubric in my inquiries. There's no reason why we shouldn't get it done as soon as possible. Then it's no longer something we need to worry about. Aiden! Shut the fuck up. Aiden, I get what you're saying, but that seems a little excessive. It's not excessive, it's practical. We'll only be receiving more assignments as the semester progresses. It's better to take care of important ones like this as soon as possible. Or you could do what I do and do it all at the last fucking minute. Back me up here, Mason. Aiden's being a bit much, isn't he? Who are we siding with? Yeah, let's go with Aiden. He's looking very cute today. You gotta admit, Zoe, being done with the semester-long assignment in the first week is definitely appealing. If you don't have anything more pressing, I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of the extra time. Jeez, I really didn't take you for the excessively focused type. Zoe scratches her cheek in thought while she looks at Aiden with a pout etched on her face. Tell you what, this weekend while it's still warm, we make a trip out into the woods. We'll find a nice clearing and get some shots of our constellations in the local area. That's bound to be worth some bonus points to the instructor, or at least show some extra effort. Well, that certainly would be a good start. The camping part isn't ideal, but it's necessary to avoid the light pollution by the city. That sounds pretty cool, actually. I can't remember the last time I've ever gone camping. I'm not done. If we do this, I want you to agree to come to Jude's birthday celebration. Zoe, you know how inconvenient... Those are the terms. Take them or leave them. Aiden sighs and begins pacing. He mutters silently to himself while Zoe simply watches on. Is being forced to attend Jude's birthday that big of a deal? Fine, you have a deal. Yes, alright, we've got a lot to plan then. Is there anything I can do to help? Honestly, just keeping your weekend free should be enough. This is gonna be so fun! The panda is practically shaking with excitement. I have to agree, this does sound like it'll be fun. It also seems like a great opportunity to spend quality time with everybody. Right, well, let's not get carried away. Our priority should still be getting quality pictures for our respective reports. Yes, of course, Aiden, absolutely. Work comes first. Why do I get this feeling this trip will be overrun with tomfoolery? Regardless, I'll be going to the library to get some books to get us started. Sounds good. I'll go make a coffee run then. What should I do then? You're free to get coffee with me if you want, though you'd probably have to navigate Elliot's flirtation. It is taking a lot to not say what I want to say. You could join me at the library. I could use an extra set of hands to carry books. Okay. I think I'll join you on the coffee run, Zoe. I doubt Aiden wants me distracting him anyway. That's reasonable. Besides, I think you're just the man to keep Zoe from getting sidetracked. You know what? Amethyst, just for you, since we're doing Elliot's route first, it's already been decided, we'll do Aiden's route next. Okay? Okay. We'll do Aiden's route next. Just for you. Just for you. Aiden is next. What? That's crazy. I never get distracted. I will be genuinely surprised if you do a single ounce of work over this trip you're cooking in your head. Zoe simply shakes her head at this, but that playful grin on her face tells me Aiden hit the nail on the head. Anyway, I'll be going now. I'll see you both in a while. Alright, let's get going, buddy. We've got some coffee to commandeer. I nod in agreement and walk alongside Zoe as we make our way towards Elliot's cafe. The conversation between Zoe and I starts off fairly tame as we make our way to Elliot's. So, out of all the science classes, why astronomy? I guess it just seemed like it should be easy, and I like stargazing, so it seemed like it should be a good fit. Yeah, do you stargaze often? Not since I was younger. Feels like I've been way too busy since I got into high school. Plus, I grew up, I guess. What do you mean? Okay, but don't laugh. When I was little, I wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up. Aw, why would I laugh? That's adorable. Plus, everyone's like that when they're a kid. I wanted to grow up to be the first female president. Why did you give up on doing something in space? I don't know. At some point, you just kind of lose that childlike wonder, I guess. Remember when I was little, I used to have vivid dreams of just flying above the clouds and staring up at a beautiful night sky. Gee. Meanwhile, my dreams were mostly related to world conquest. Never give her an ounce of power. Really? World conquest? Nah, I would have been a fair but firm ruler. I'm willing to bet you'd have all your minions under constant observation. Only if they gave me a reason to believe they might mount an insurrection against me. Unfortunately, my reign came to an end when Vicky Silvesky took over my morning recess. Honestly, the most muscular 8-year-old you'd ever see. Honestly, same. An 8-year-old. The most muscular 8-year-old. Honestly, the most muscular 8-year-old you'd ever seen. She took my crown and robe and forced me into peasantry. I can definitely picture a younger Zoe running around in a cape and ordering her parents and friends around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I cannot get the mental image out of my head. I gotta create it. I gotta create it. I'm getting distracted. I gotta create it. I'm opening up Paint. And I have to create this. I have to create this. Alright, I'm turning on the display capture. Because I gotta make this. I gotta show the world what came to mind. Okay, display capture. Here we are, display. You're looking at my display. Okay, so we got the head. The ears. The nose. A beautiful smile. A truly beautiful smile. Nothing sinister. Eyes. A neck. A gorgeous neck. A pretty necklace. Grade school. Pretty necklace. The arms. The arms. Ah, shit. Fucking. Gotta get the arms. Or some shit. I don't fucking know. Why am I like this? The arms. This girl's built like an AirPod. The sleeves. The fucking sleeves. A pretty pink dress. And some nice heels. And there we go. There we go. Why am I like this? I gotta save this. I gotta save this. Please end my suffering. And let's get back to the story. I could just dick around all day. Why does she even have knees? Eat pipes, clearly. Interrupted by the buzzing, I pull out my phone. Do you know where Aiden is?
It's
Yeah, he's
time
at the
to drink
library.
water.
Me and Zoe are meeting
It's
him
time
after
to
we
drink
grab some
water.
coffee. Who was
It's
it?
time to drink water.
Jude. He's looking for Aiden, I guess.
It's time to drink
Huh?
water.
That's weird. I guess it's good he's not avoiding him, at least. Maybe there's hope for them to bury the hatchet after all. Zoe stops just short of the door, pulling out the ringing phone from her pocket. Her eyes briefly go wide as she acknowledges the number. Oh, hang on, I gotta take this. Hello? Yes? Uh-huh. What now? And nobody else? No, I understand. I'll be right there. Clicking her phone off, the exasperated panda just sighs before looking at me with a sullen expression. Sorry, Mason. Apparently, the big frat wave came through the fair and wrecked one of our tables. I'll text Aiden and let him know I won't be making it back. I just feel bad because it seems like I'm always ditching you. Let Elliot know that the coffee's on me, okay? Yeah, don't worry about it. Zoe quickly jogs away, leaving me standing there awkwardly. Must have been a big mess if she had to rush back. Oh no! Our table! It's broken! I'm not sure what a bunch of frats and pledges might have done to the other club tables, but if it's like the movies, then surely something asinine. Aiden's still waiting on me, though, so I should get the two of us coffee. Walking into the cafe, I'm greeted with the usual scents wafting through the air. Unusually, there is no Jolly Panther behind the counter to greet me. Instead, a different barista is manning the register. His apron indicates that his name is Bryce. Walking up to the counter, he looks at me with relative interest. And can I help you? Yes, I need to get 2 coffees, 1 black and the other with 2 creams and 1 and 2 sugars. Is Elliot not here today? He's taking his lunch break. Pretty sure he's just around the corner. Pay the barista at the counter. Zoe might have said she was going to cover it, but it just didn't feel right. After grabbing the 2 cups, I begin to walk out before my attention is drawn to a conversation.
Seriously, just try it. I promise it's really good.
Is that Quinn? I so bad want to start talking, but I'm not going to. Walking around the table, I find Quinn and Elliot sitting together at a table. It looks like they're sharing cups of instant noodles. I'm not sure that's the lunch I'd be having in a cafe that is stocked with baked goods, but who am I to judge? I really don't know. It just smells strange. Well, I can tell you're not listening to me anymore. I guess a sip won't kill me. I'll simp in the Discord server. I will simp in the Discord server. Won't simp here, though. I'm not even sure how to describe that.
I believe you mean different and unique. So good.
If you say so. You two look like you're enjoying yourselves.
Mason, I wish I'd known you were stopping by. I would have brought some noodles for you.
Evidently, you were very lucky.
As if I would have asked, but like I was telling Elliot, my phone broke this morning.
It broke? How did that happen? The bunny shuffles his legs and motions me closer with an excited expression.
Okay, so it was like this. I woke up late this morning. I set my alarm for 8 o'clock, yet somehow I woke up at 9:22. So I freaked out a bit, fell out of bed, and I began jumping all over the place trying to find clean clothes to wear.
I'm sure your roommate appreciated you running around your room naked.
He wasn't there, thank God. Really don't want to think about how that would have gone down. Anyway, so I got dressed, and in a hurry I saw the group chat going off, and I freaking dropped my phone.
Well, at least you're okay. We were all pretty worried.
Aw, well, I'm just peachy. Except for the fact that my screen is totally smashed.
This could be a good thing. You were starting to go overboard with the mobile games.
Right. You might as well just ask me to stop breathing.
So, how long until you can get it fixed?
That's a difficult question to answer. I think I'll ask Aiden for help. He's the one who got me my last phone.
Why don't you buy it yourself, or have your parents buy it for you?
No, unfortunately, I don't exactly have either of those luxuries available to me.
Quinn relaxes back in his seat. I must have said something wrong, as his mood seems far worse than it was a minute ago. I look to Elliot for help, who gazes sympathetically at the dejected bunny. I can tell him if you want.
Please don't! Today's already been pretty shitty. It's the last thing I want to talk about.
Clearly, we stepped off on the wrong foot somewhere in this conversation. There has to be a way to turn this around. Which one?
Seriously? That's awesome! How'd you do it?
We're going on a trip this weekend. We're going on a trip this weekend to get a jump start on this semester-long project we got in class.
Oh, wow! Well, that does sound like something Aiden would want to do. If it were me, I'd put that assignment off as long as possible.
Same! Somehow that doesn't seem like the healthiest outlook, but I know there are plenty of people in college like that. Some people just put off important work until the very last moment and rush to get it done as a detriment to themselves at the last moment. You don't actually put things off that much, do you? He most certainly does. Should have seen this kid in high school.
Hey, I still got a 4.0. Who cares when I got the work done?
I guess Quinn is one of those blessed individuals that put very little effort into their classes yet somehow still walks away with straight A's. The envy of millions that just want to be lazy when they get home instead of doing homework. So, what brought you here, Quinn?
Well, like I said, my phone broke. I wanted to hang out with someone, and Elliot's the only one I knew for certain where he'd be.
You make it sound like I'm always here.
You pretty much are since you never take time off.
I just enjoy working, and someone has to keep everyone in line. Speaking of which, my break is coming to a close, so I'll have to let you both go. The big panther slides out of his chair and pats Quinn on the shoulder. Remember to give that roommate of yours a stern talking to, like I said. He winks at me as he passes by and continues back to his usual work, leaving me alone with Quinn. What was that about your roommate?
Oh, I was just asking Elliot for some advice on how to handle a difficult subject with my roommate.
Is there something wrong going on?
Not necessarily, I just don't think we're quite getting along. I say hi to him and I try to ask him about his day, but he seems almost bothered by me even asking. Just sucks because I feel like if we're living together, we should at least we should at least be trying to get along.
That is a tough situation. I don't have a roommate, so I'm not sure what I'd do in your situation.
It's okay. I'm sure I'll figure it out if I just give it more time.
If you say so. You know what, Quinn, how about this? Be our roommate. You should be our roommate, Quinn. Move in with us. Come live with us in the palace. There's a room waiting for you. Come on, come on, come on. Just let us adore you. What? If you say so.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I've got another class coming up in a couple hours, so I should probably be on campus for it.
Not gonna try to skip out on another one?
The only thing I skip is leg day. What about you? Do you have anything else going on?
No, I was just stopping by to say hi. I've actually got to get these coffees back to... Just left the library. Is everything okay? Everything is fine. I've come to expect this behavior. I know the two have a general animosity between them, but still, fighting is never a good thing. Especially when it's two people that are in consistent proximity to one another. Bitch, you are coming to that birthday!
Everything alright?
Yeah, I just found myself with some extra coffees and a ton of free time.
Oh, well, did you want to walk back to the campus with me?
It's a good question. With no further engagements today, I could head back to campus. With nothing left to do, I'd probably just return to my room. Alternatively, I could stay here. I might be able to catch another conversation with Elliot if I do. Which one? Thank you, Damien. I'll handle that one. I'll handle that message. I think maybe. I can't handle it. I think I'll stay here, actually. I figure I might as well have a chat with Elliot.
I see. Well, try not to distract him too much. Oh, who am I kidding? He's bound to be distracted regardless of what you say.
I look at Quinn incredulously, but he just grins. What is he expecting that I'd do that would be so distracting? The bunny walks to the front door, but pauses. He grabs the side of the wall and begins leaning on it. Is he okay? I consider going over to make sure he's fine, but by the time I start to move closer, he shakes his head and walks out the door. Don't worry about him, Mason. That's completely normal. It is? Well, normal for Quinn anyway. That's just how it happens for him. With people standing in line and others seated within earshot, I know it wouldn't be appropriate to outright ask if he's implying Quinn had a vision. I don't think I need to. My face must have asked the question for me as Elliot simply nods in confirmation. As much as I'd like to shower you with attention, I'm afraid we're a little understaffed here. Well, I don't mind lending a hand if you need one. Really? Sure, why not? I've got a couple of spare hours. Well, that'd be great, honestly. We don't exactly have time to train you on how to make coffee or anything like that. If it's okay with you, now I'll just have you cleaning tables and collecting mugs and other dishes. That's fine with me. Here's an apron. It's Jude, so it might be a little big on you, but he won't be in today. A little is an understatement. Elliot and Jude both wear large aprons. Meanwhile, I'm a medium at most. Still, I can't be too choosy. I just want to lend Elliot a hand. Who knows? If I do really well, maybe I can turn this into a job. Alright, looks great. Ha! Seeing you in our uniform gives me some ideas. Elliot scratches his chin and his tail begins swishing back and forth. He almost seems to go into a trance as his breathing gets a little weird. Is he purring? You okay there, Elliot? Oh, yeah, anyway, take that rag and those spray bottles and get to it. Grabbing the cleaning equipment, I move back out to the front and get to work. Cleaning tables and returning dishes is unsurprisingly easy work, though there are quite a few customers coming and going. Apparently, Elliot runs a special on Wednesdays, 50% off of your coffee if you order baked good with it. Every now and then I catch him staring at me. I'm sure he's just watching to make sure I'm cleaning tables properly, but he has this look in his eyes. Can't explain it, I just feel funny whenever he looks at me in that way. I've probably let his flirting get to me. Not every look has to mean something, so I shouldn't overthink this. Okay, that's probably the end of the afternoon traffic. I think we can take it from here, so you can get going, Mason. I'm sure you've got better things to do than stay here all day. Not really. I just had the one class today. I don't have anything else planned after Aiden canceled our plans. Well, I'm flattered you chose to spend it with me, even if it was just working. Tell you what. Let me take you to lunch tomorrow. My treat. Consider it payment for the work you did here. Plus, it's an opportunity for me to get to know you better. Wait, is he asking me out on a date? I mean, lunch with just the two of us? Sure sounds like a date to me. He's looking at me expectantly. I should at least answer him directly. I already know the answer. Great, I'm looking forward to it. I'll text you later tonight so we can iron out the details. The smile on his face gets a little wider and his tail flits around playfully. I'd ask you where you'd like to go, but I know you're new to the area. So fucking laptop buffered. Sorry about that. My laptop decided to slow down for no fucking reason. So I'll just surprise you. Right, I'll see you later then, Elliot. Handing him the apron he lent me, his hand touches mine. He pauses for a moment before taking the garment back. See you tomorrow then. Eating burgers with da girly. Yes. He seems really excited. I guess I am too. I've been wanting to know more about him since we've really only known each other for a couple days. Amethyst, need I remind you, we're doing Aiden's route next. And I am keeping all my simping in. There's so much I don't really know about anyone in this group. If I'm going to get through this whole psychic ordeal, I need to get to know them. Ah! My head is killing me. I think this headache is actually getting worse. I think I need to just get back to my room and sleep it off. If I don't feel better tomorrow, I'll just stop somewhere to get some aspirin. God, and I have to get up early tomorrow for the class I thought was today. Yeah, calling it an early day doesn't seem like a terrible idea. After dragging myself into my room, I'm prepared to throw myself onto my bed and let the world pass me by. I make sure to look at my phone to verify I'm not forgetting anything important. It looks like Zoe and Elliot messaged in the group chat about Quinn's broken phone in a fight Jude and Aiden got into. I don't really have it in me to reply though. Waking up early and putting in a few hours of manual labor really put me through the ringer. Laying back into my pillow, it feels as though my weight is gradually increasing. My consciousness slowly ebbs away. We're going to leave off here tonight. Well, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.